We have the KT Rolls Zerg player starting a comeback once again. He did it against Effort and is currently doing it against his Protoss opponent. A big of a lag spike there, so apparently I think one of the PCs might have a bit of a problem.
Yep. I guess that's probably what happened.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if we have to restart or if we are just going to have continue in just a second.
Probably a remake of the map, I would guess.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, there's no reason to like try to resume from replay here, or try to say, all right, we're gonna unpause right now. I hope you guys are ready and hope the lag just goes away. I think it's definitely gonna be a restart on the game. Hopefully, it's not a problem like where one player's computer just shut off or something like that. That would be really annoying for everybody. And actually, we just jump right back into it.
We're back in the game, and, well...
And we have proxy gateways, Keller.
Yeah, there we go.
Does he see it right away? He does, actually. Doesn't that Overlord see this already?
Yeah, the Overlord sees it. He knows what's up.
But wait a minute.
He sees it, 100%.
It's a gate forge, though, and it's a tight wall.
It's a tight wall at the opponent's base. He's not even trying to hide it. Okay, there we go.
This is something that we've seen Cal do, but not quite like this.
All right, this is starting to get funny.
Wow, this is. I wonder if this. Okay, so if this is Ruin's map pick, Sid may have never seen this before.
Well, this is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I was just about to say I've never seen this before either. By the way, apparently Sleep is leading with a 4-1.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but
I think they're currently trying to fix it. Yeah, okay, so the overlay is a little bit messed up. Don't get confused by this. This is currently a 1-1 situation in the series. Here comes the cannon, and we will see probably Spinecrawlers dealing with this from the high ground.
He's got gas up, and he's
gonna... It's just roaches. He's just gonna roach it.
Yep. And gas is up, meanwhile, of course, back at home for Ruin. And I think he's just gonna... He's gonna let this go and tech up at home. I don't think he's gonna make any more than one cannon here. Because... I don't know. I mean, if he really commits to cannoning here, then he puts himself in a situation where, yeah, he keeps...
Like, I mean, at least Ruin goes into this game and he has a plan. He's like the 18. The question is just now, is the plan really coming together or not? So far, he's just outsourcing. He's outsourcing everything to India. He's building everything at the top left of the map.
He's just taking his base to yours, so you can work right at home with you.
It's a high-tech race, and we all know that basically just software in particular is usually being outsourced. So
I don't understand why. I don't know. I mean, what does he expect is going to happen? It's probably going to be roaches, right? Or is he going to rush a Stalker out here and start to micro against the roaches with 2 cans, but the high ground advantage is always going to be to Ruin? Well, the ship core comes first.
I don't know. I mean, he blocks...
Sentry comes second.
Okay. So...
Is he really just going to try to set up a tight contain, and that's going to be it for the whole game?
Wait a second. He's going to take the Nexus there. Just you wait. He's going to take the Nexus.
Oh my god. He could actually. He could do that.
I know.
He could actually do that. No way.
He's just going to take the Nexus there.
Nah, I don't know, man.
That would be absolutely insane.
He just has to be careful, of course, of Nidus, and then, of course, the Roaches breaking down. That's what his sentries are going to be for here. Spinecrawlers coming down could be a problem, too.
I mean, there we go. The Roaches are moving down. They're trying to break this. There comes the force field, but their gateway is being chrono boosted. He could also just snipe the gateway. The first cannon is about to be... Yep, it's already shut down. So
he needs another cannon, and I think that was a huge mistake. The mothership core wasn't there in time for him to force field this off.
He needs a little bit more than that, I feel. Like, I just don't know what the long-term plan is.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. This is...
I mean, granted, it's funny, but like...
I don't know. I don't think... Well, goodbye gateway, and then what are you going to do from there?
So the gateway is gone. Now there's suddenly a pathway open where you can walk down. You're walking into cannons, of course. There are also the sentries, so you can't... You have to be really careful that you don't get cut off, but this is a massive commitment of resources. He's moving down.
That was a beautiful force field, actually.
The force field is there, but the roaches are on the ground. They can't snipe that. They can absolutely snipe now the pylon. That's not going to help him too much, but it's going to put the entire... everything on the grid of one pylon. All the structures.
This is so strange. This is like a crazy contain that we're watching right now. Like, I'm speechless. Here we go. The Roach is trying to break down again the good force field here. Warp gate research is done. He's got a gateway up at home so he can warp in one more sentry.
Yeah. And we could see also just a couple of additional creep tumors. He could spread that farther so that he spreads the creep down the ramp. There come the Roaches again, trying to bait another force field. The Pros player was supply booked for a second there.
5 cannons. This Overlord's going to go down. That's going to be annoying. But the Protoss player is still having the better worker count, and he wants to snipe the Forge, but that's not going to get him a whole lot. He wants the core. If he can get the core, that's what he really wants.
This is a crazy strategy, but I just don't know what the long-term goal is. Like,
I think he's just going to
the one base. There comes the transition.
Yeah, I think he's going to go Blink.
Lair and Blink.
Because what you can do is if you're on a one-base Protoss play against a one-base Zerg play, you're going to have the better economy. I mean, you're going to be in a better situation, so you can eventually overwhelm him maybe with Blink Stalker play.
This is just the attempt of massively containing the Zerg.
This is how you wall. This is how you wall on Daedalus Point. TIL. Nice micro there on the Stalker. Picks off one of the Roaches. He could try to... I mean, I really think it's going to be Blink Stalker play here, just off one base against one base. Phoenix Scout comes in, sees the lair. He wants to know, okay, how fast is your lair, and are you going Nidus? Because if you're going Nidus, I need to make sure I'm all over the place stopping you.
If he wins this game, he should, after the game, just do a ceremony where he holds up a Protoss sign and starts singing, "This is how we do it." And I think this meme would be remembered forever.
This Stalkers, by the way, have cleaned up all the Overlords on the map. There's no way for a Nidus to get out there. And he's also verified that with his Phoenixes.
Yeah, but the thing is, as soon as he has as soon as there is lair, he will have an Overseer, and then he can move out with a Nidus. Nidus wouldn't make sense. I mean, that's the one thing that you want to get, because you know that your opponent with a huge commitment to buildings right at your ramp does have not a whole lot back at home. So an Overseer is probably going to move around the map very soon, and there's already the Nidus network, but it's also the very obvious choice.
Yeah, and he's already moving back home. But now he can re-secure his hatchery, but it's going to not be cost efficient. Blink is not ready yet. He needs to make sure he has the Photon Overcharge ready.
Yeah.
There's the Overseer. Comes over here to check, is our army still there? He's like, oh wow, he's not still there, but I still don't want to fight the cannons. The core, if he could get the core and get out somehow, that would be huge, but I don't think he can do that either.
Well, the Overseer is now on the map, so where does he drop that Nidus? Because the Overseer is about to walk into a couple of Stalkers.
He's actually just still containing him here with the force fields.
He's still doing it.
Oh my god!
But now there are enough Roaches to at least
kill the core,
I think. Yeah. Oh, and they're chasing the Overseer.
Yeah, he's going to kill the Overseer here. This is so smart by Ruin. This is like so technical. Every little thing.
Oh, that's not smart.
That's not smart. He was too busy over here at the force fields, where he's going to try to stop the targeting on those pylons.
Too many cannons. I mean, he can break through, maybe, but that's just too many cannons. He's losing to... Oh, the pylon. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, he targets the pylon. But now the Stalkers are here, and with the sentries, he doesn't have any force fields. He's just going to protect the core.
The second pylon would have been a must-have here. With
Look
the
at all
second
these
pylon,
Stalkers.
he can't go through.
He's lost too many Roaches, I feel, Kelder.
Yeah,
this is the fault. This is the Blink. This is the part of the build where he just goes for the Blink.
He's going to win the game.
He's going to win the game, man. He blinks forward here. He's starting to take Roaches out, and how can Sleep feel? How can he feel right now?
I cannot believe this game is happening. That Nidus is not going to do anything. He's actually trying to snipe, and here come those Jones. This is a desperate move from Sleep. It's one base versus one base. It's 2010 again.
Wow, what a game, man. He just... I'm speechless. This is how you wall on Daedalus Point. Today I learned.
Who said you have to wall your own base?
Yeah, there's nobody said that. This is an innovation in the making. This is a smart strategy. This is crazy. I cannot believe that this worked. I mean, he executed it essentially perfectly. Great force fields here again, and the Blink Stalkers are going to just win him out the game. It's still better Harvester count for the Pros, 25-20.
He's going to win that game now. He has more Stalkers coming in. Here comes the Time Warp. The army supply is 46 against 25.
The cannons are repowered, by the way, and there's a forward pylon there. And that's going to be it. The sentry's starting to run out of energy, but there's no drones left. And that's game. Ruin with unconventional play on Daedalus Point will actually win this and go to Code S.
I always knew Daedalus was a Protoss map.
Look at Sleep. He's just not even doing anything. GG.
Unbelievable.
Cannot believe it.
The game. He takes...
Look at Sleep's face!
He takes a Zerg map where you cannot wall your own natural, walls the opponent in, plays one base versus one base, and takes the game. That is something that you expect to happen on ladder occasionally.
He just ruined the ladder, by the way. Anybody who hadn't thought of this yet is definitely make sure to patrol a unit to stop this from happening on your base.
You know, this is a build that probably is successful once.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we'll ever see this in competitive play again work. I don't think. I mean, it's only for one map, and it's so easy to stop if you see it coming. Like
if you expect it, if you think it could happen, but like if anybody would have told me, okay, you have like 5 choices of what's going to happen, I would never have picked this one. This is like this is like new level, new meta right there.
Yeah, I really thought that he wasn't going to be able to buy enough time to get those cannons up, and I didn't know what the end result was going to be there. So that was.
It was so funny, like we had this lag and we were jumping out of screen, and then we came back and we had a quick look at the minimap. I looked at the supply and I saw the gateway go down at 10, and at the same time you said it's proxy, and I look at the minimap and it's like, he's proxying it, and I'm like, this is a weird proxy location, and there's an overlord flying in there, and then the camera jumps up and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It just walls him in. You know, with the second pylon, behind the first one, it would have even be like more clear of a victory, because
the roaches, yeah, if you
the roaches would have
pylon.
Never been able to just break through those 5 cannons that he had there.
That was crazy. I mean, maybe what Sleep could have done instead, perhaps, instead of trying to attack the cannons ever, was rush to lair a little bit faster instead of trying to get roaches out to break out. Yeah. If he rushes to lair faster, gets a nice network up faster, and gets out, another way, just like literally makes a nice outside of his base, with even an overlord for vision, not even an overseer, and then just goes around circumvents, that could have been the better choice.
I think he was just looking at this, was like, what is that, and what am I going to do against this? He probably couldn't believe what was happening, and was like, what?
Yeah.
And yeah, this is something that happens. Like, and now it probably just takes a look at the game. The replay sits there, has like a minute to think about it. It's like, this is so easy to like force out. I should have done this and this and this, and then I could have probably won the game immediately. But in the heat of the battle, and in this situation, in the third game, didn't occur to him.
Well, let's take a look at our match results today, and remind ourselves why Sleep is going to be so sad. Going home to Code B. It's Curious and Ruin who take it. Curious not dropping a single map, 2-0ing both Effort and Ruin. And Ruin with some really solid play today, really impressing me actually.
Yeah, especially, the last game was awesome, but especially the first game that he played in the second series was pretty incredible. It was very well played. And the last one, that shows a lot of courage to actually go for something like this, to pick Daedalus against a Zerg player and turn things around like completely like this.
That was the ballsiest thing I think we've ever seen, like in Code A maybe. Like that's incredible. So of course later on tonight, right now it's 4:15, so in about 4 hours time, or 2 hours time, I can't count. About 1 hour and 45 minutes from now, we're going to see SOS versus Shine and Classic versus Gumio to start our Group A match to see who's going to go to Code S.
Yeah, that's going to be a great group, guys, so make sure that you tune in for that. I hope that you enjoyed the games and the show that you just got presented with, because Ruin definitely came up with a few new strategies.
By the way, I'll let you finish your...
I just want to say that Daedalus is apparently a Protoss map after all. You heard it here first. So
we saw it here first, that's for sure. By the way, buy a ticket if you guys haven't already. It will actually support the Global Championship coming up. 10% of all ticket sales going to that.
If you get the yearly ticket, that is.
Yeah, your yearly ticket. Very good point. So get a yearly ticket if you haven't yet. It's a great gift. It's a late Christmas present maybe from one of your friends.
There's also a big Reddit thread about it already. There's a post on GOMTV.net in the forum. If you want to check that out, you can have a look at that. If you are not familiar with the website and you're more of a Redditor, go to Reddit at the front page. There is currently a thread all the way at the top that you can have a look at, where everything is explained again. So 10% of the of what you pay when you get a yearly ticket goes to the prize pool of one of the later tournaments this year.
Yeah, or you can go to gomexp.com/GSL, I think is the actual official URL if you wanted to go there. But all the information is all over the internet. If you like StarCraft, you go to your website that you really like to go to and check out StarCraft stuff. There's going to be info there.
Yeah. And as we already mentioned, we're going to be back later in roughly 1.5 hours from now. So see you guys for Group A today. Hope that you enjoyed the show so far, and we're going to see you later. Bye-bye.